Hello everybody and welcome to this week's video. After doing 30 books in 30 days, I'm so incredibly burnt out with reading. So this is just going to be a really nice, slow-paced vlog where my only actual goal is to read The Dagger and The Flame by Catherine Doyle, as recommended by bestie Cleo. Hey Cleo. Hey bestie. So my plan is just to read this. If I read it quickly, or if I really enjoy it, I might end up reading book 2 as well, The Rebel and the Rose, but it's not a priority. I don't own the book. I don't need to read it. So this is the only plan for this week. I'm going to try and do as many check-ins as I remember to do. I've put my bookmark in at 100 pages already because that's my goal for today. I want to read 100 pages. I don't think I'm going to do it, but that is what I would like to do by the end of today. So that is the plan. That is the only book that we've got going. I might do another little clip just to show you like my May TBR, a little sneak peek at some of the videos that you might see this month, but I just want to take it really easy. I read so much in April and now I don't want to pick up anything, if I'm being so honest with everyone. I did joke I was going to take a whole month off reading, but that's not going to happen. This is my only hobby. So that's the plan. I'll be back in maybe a second with my May TBR just for a little bit of funsies. Fill out the time, you know? So, see you in a moment. Right, my TBR for May is, you know, I can pick as many books as I like for a TBR. It doesn't mean I'm going to read them. So, we'll see where I get to. I've only got one physical romance book that I want to read this month, and that is Bourbon and Lies by Victoria Wilder, which will be in a video. It'd be interesting to see if you guys can guess what video it's going to be. But this is one of the books for that. Then Cleo has also recommended I read The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. So it's a fantasy heavy month. It's going to be a real fantasy heavy month. But this is another one on my TBR. Then I have got Kingdom of the Wicked by Kerry Maniscalco, another one for that video. I've got A Dawn of Onyx by Kate Golden, which is for that video, but I also think this is my book club's pick for the month. I can't remember though. I think we're doing something with this book series. I can't remember what, but I think we're reading it together this month. Then I have got Phantasma by Kaylee Smith, which is another one potentially for that video. I have got, Iron and Embers by Helen Shearer. This could go in the video. But either way, I want to read, hopefully, this whole series this month because I loved The Legends of Thesmar, so it only makes sense that I will also enjoy The Ashes of Thesmar, this is book 1 of that series. And then I have also got Shield of Sparrows for the same video by Daphne Perry, and I have the audiobook of this, so I'm just going to very slowly make my way through that throughout the month, I think. Because this is a big book. I think this might be the longest book on my TBR, I think. So they're the books I have physically. Other books that I need to read for ARCs are The Great Big Italian Holiday Mix-Up or something like that, which I was meant to read in April and I didn't. I've got Dolly All the Time by Annabelle Monaghan, which I'm very excited to have an ARC for. And I think I'm going to try and read the Disaster Gay Detective Agency as well, which is I think it's due in June, maybe? But I think that's my next one after Dolly All the Time that I have to read. And then I also want to read Down in Flames. I have no idea what the name of the book is. I think it's called Down in Smoke. By Lainey Lawson, which is book 4 of the Bunkhouse series. So that is everything that I plan to read in May. We'll see how far I get with that. Because as I said, not really in a reading mood at the moment, but I'm going to crack on and try and read some of Dagger and The Flame. And I hope I love it, because I'll be really gutted if I don't, because Cleo loves it and I want to make Cleo happy. So yeah, we'll see how I do. I don't even know how long it's going to take me to read this. I'm so out of it now. My brain is too full. So I'll get back to you probably tomorrow with an update on how far I get into Dagger and The Flame. Right. I have reached part 2 of The Dagger and The Flame. It's split into parts, I don't know how many. But I've reached part 2, so I thought this was a good stopping point to talk to you guys again. So it's page 166. The book's like 500 and something pages long. And from what I've read so far, we are following Seraphine, whose mum was killed by this group called the Daggers, who were like the murderers of the village, of the city. And her mum's last advice to her was like, if anything happens to me, go and find the Cloaks, which is the group of thieves who are part of the city. So you've got the Cloaks, who are thieves, the Daggers, who are murderers, and Seraphine, who is being targeted by a dagger because of something to do with her mum that she's not really aware of. She doesn't really know why she's being targeted so heavily. And she goes and joins the Cloaks, who don't know that she's being targeted by a dagger. That is kind of the basic premise. I don't know, I've not read the blurb. I don't know what the blurb actually says. But that's the basic premise so far. Ransom, because this is dual POV, we get Seraphine and Ransom, who is the dagger, hunting her. We get both their POVs, and there's also like this mystery going on. There's like monsters popping up and killing people, and none of them really know what's going on with that. So that's where I'm at. I'm really enjoying it. I didn't think I would. I thought this would be maybe a bit too like YA or a bit too like heavy fantasy for me, but this is actually really good. I'm really enjoying it, which is good because, as I said, I have, it's literally here, the Fairy Loot edition of it right there. And I'm actually going book shopping tomorrow, so I think I'm going to pick up the sequel, The Rebel and the Rose. And then I'll have a special edition of that, because you know I'm buying the Waterstones edition of that. I don't need a regular hardback, I need a special edition. That's just how my brain works, as you can see by the many special editions behind me. But I think that is my update for now. I'm enjoying it. I like the mystery surrounding the murders happening. I like the tension between Ransom and Seraphine, because obviously they're like, he's literally targeting her. He literally is trying to kill her, and she's just like, not today, you're not. So I love that. I really enjoy, is it Val and BB, who are the Cloaks that Seraphine has made friends with. They're great. I don't like Theo. He's like a weird flirtatious man that is part of the Cloaks. I'm not sure. I think he's up to no good. That's my I think he's up to no good, but I'm not sure. Yeah, that's my thoughts so far. I feel like I just sort of word vomited everything out, but I'm enjoying it. If it keeps up at this pace, it could be like a 4.5. I don't think it's quite 5-star territory. After the Twisted Throne, which is the Bridge Kingdom book 6, fantasy books are gonna have to work real fucking hard to get a 5-star out of me. That was phenomenal, but this is pretty good. This is like a 4.5 right now, so I'll be interested to see where it goes. I'll be interested to see how it turns into a romance. Yeah, that's my thoughts. I'll check in with you again when I've got to maybe part 3. That seems like a good time to check in with you again, so I'll see you when I reach part 3. I ended up finishing the Dagger and the Flame. I know I said I'd do more check-ins, but then I read all of it. So, I don't really know how to go about giving detailed thoughts on this without giving spoilers, so I might have to put a spoiler warning in. But I actually devoured this. I'm really surprised. I didn't think I would like this as much as I did, but I really, really liked it. I think the premise was great, having these two two groups, it like going against each other, kind of having the obviously assassin element with him chasing her. She was so sassy. I loved it. So sassy. I love that in a main character. You know, the band of side characters felt really good as well. I was completely fucking wrong about Theo. I got bad vibes from him and I was incorrect. As far as I'm aware, I was incorrect about that. He's actually very lovely and quite funny. I enjoy him being in the story. Yeah, so I really, really enjoyed this. I literally don't even know what to say. My brain is so, it's running at 1,000,000 miles per hour and genuinely no thoughts are coming out. But yes, I really like this. I ended up giving it a 4.5. I think I've knocked it down 0.5, mainly to just be picky, because I found the start was a bit slow to get into. Like the first 100 pages I was like, oh my god, I have to pick up a book. But again, that could very much just be because I'm coming off the back of 30 books in 30 days and I don't really like reading is stressing me out. Like it's become more of a chore than a hobby because I tried to do 30 books in 30 days. So I'm getting back into it being enjoyable, which the last like 50% of this I binge read on a train today because I went on adventures. So yeah, this was enjoyable once I'd really gotten into it, you know. And the ending was crazy. There were so many like things that got brought up throughout the plot, like things that I was like as confused about as the characters. Like they didn't know what was going on, I didn't know what was going on, and it made me want to keep reading, which is how a book should be. So that being said, a 4.5, and my adventures today led me into Waterstones. So now I have the sequel, The Rebel and the Rose, which I do think I'm going to include my reading of in this video. I got the Waterstones edition, so it says Beware the Rose. I am a little bit like annoyed, right? Waterstones, if you're watching, how hard would it have been to just have the bottom and the top also be blue? Like this looks cheap. Like why have we not bothered? But either way, I think this is really cool. I'm going to try and like stack it on my shelves like this to show the actual sprayed edge. But I'm very much excited for this one. I started it. This chunk here is where I've read to. That's just my receipt marking 100 pages. So I've got 39 pages in, I will say, because I had to get off the train. I've stopped halfway through a chapter and it's really bugging me. So I am going to continue on with this tonight. I don't know if I'm going to read all of it. That would be really funny if I did though. It's kind of tempting. But I've marked out where the 100 page mark is. So I'm going to read to 100 pages, give some thoughts. But for right now, I am still obviously enjoying this. I'm hot on the heels of finishing Dagger and the Flame. So I have high hopes for this. If that was a 4.5, I'm expecting this to be a 5. You know, that kind of vibe is from the series. So yeah, that's my updates for right now. The only other thing I bought, I don't know if you can see it, I'll tilt my camera. The only other thing I bought in Waterstones today is this special edition of Beach Read by Emily Henry, because I had a special edition of it and then I realised it's not the same edition as my People We Meet on Vacation. So I was like, I'm just gonna do a little swapsies here. So I sold my old special edition of it. I don't even know where I got it from. Maybe Books Please, so I could get the matching one because I like having a matching set. So I bought that today. I was very excited to see that both of them were actually £3 off, which is, it's not much, but it's good to have some savings. Good to have some savings. And I was actually a little bit disappointed, because on the Waterstones app you can check if something's available in store. So I checked if Chasing Shelter by Catherine Cowles was in store, and it said yes. And then I got there and I couldn't see it, so I was like, let's go ask the girlie at the counter. No, they didn't have it, and I was like, huh, great. So it's a good thing that I had found the other 2 books that I was after. I say that, I didn't even find The Rebel and the Rose, so I also had to ask about that because it was hiding. Because they had like a YA section, and then a little bit further away round a corner they had this like the hardback YA, and I just didn't see that at all, so I ended up getting someone to help me find that as well. But I found Beach Read by myself, which I was happy about because I haven't been in Waterstones since I was in Edinburgh, so like February. So being back in a bookstore was really fun. I do think I need to go on another Waterstones trip soon, but my birthday is Sunday. So if I get some Waterstones vouchers, because everybody in my life knows that that is like a solid gift to get me, is vouchers to get books. You know, it's kind of my whole thing. So I'm hoping that I get some form of Waterstones voucher, or a voucher I can use in Waterstones, and I can go on a little book buying trip maybe next week, if not the week after. But with that said, that is it for today's clip. I will be back probably tomorrow, if not later tonight, with updates on The Rebel and the Rose. But I'm really enjoying it so far. It's one of those where I don't want to put it down, but I know I have other stuff to do, and I'm like, no, I want to disregard all my priorities to read The Rebel and the Rose. So thank you, bestie Cleo, for making me read this. You were very right. I love it. Right, I'm coming up halfway through Rebel and the Rose. I'm on page 221. And when I say I'm genuinely a little bit obsessed, I'm pretty obsessed with this, to be honest. I love Seraphine and how fiery she is. If you read the book, you know. I love... Do I love Ransom? I find Ransom's POV really interesting because he's so caught between a rock and a hard place, and like seeing his thought process on how he chose which path to go down is really interesting, and seeing how they want each other but can't have each other and they know it's wrong. I'm just obsessed with it. I actually am. The stakes feel pretty high in this one as well. Like obviously last book the stakes were already pretty high, but this one it feels like really high and on a personal level, which I think is leaps and bounds more interesting. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm gonna finish it today. I've decided it's happening. I'm finishing it today. I'm obsessed with it. I'm absolutely obsessed. Cleo was like, when have I ever steered you wrong? And she's correct. I might have to do another reading vlog where Cleo just tells me what to read, because it's always successful. Everything she's ever told me to read has been incredible. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I was not expecting this going into the Dagger and the Flame, so I'm beyond excited to keep reading, and I have a cool special edition to go with it. So happy days. Right, as for my plan for today though, because for some reason I'm feeling the need to tell you what I'm up to in this vlog. I don't normally do that, but my plan for today, I have to package and send a bunch of Vinted orders because Vinted is like my primary source of income right now. So I need to do that, make sure they're all sent off. I've got a Vinted parcel to pick up because my birthday is Sunday, and I'm getting some special edition books for my birthday that I've bought on Vinted for my mum to then wrap for me. What else? I think I need to go up to the pharmacy maybe. That one's debatable. I don't know if what I've ordered is actually there yet. I need to have a bit of a tidy up. I hate having a tidy up, but I do think I need to have one. So that's the plan. I'm really bad as well because I want to start an audiobook, but I can't do that until I start filming the next vlog because that book is for the next reading vlog, and I don't want to start it and finish it before I start filming. So we'll see. But I'm definitely going to prioritise finishing The Rebel and the Rose. That is number one for today, finish that. And I will get back to you hopefully later tonight with my final thoughts and the conclusion of this video. I have finished The Rebel and the Rose and I'm not even surprised. It is a 5-star. I was debating, I was like, is it a 5-star? Is it more of like a 4.5? No, this is a 5-star. I'm gagged. That's the best way to, I'm gagged by the ending of this book. So much happened. I don't even know where to begin. Obviously I don't want to spoil anything. I'm trying to make this spoiler free. I don't think I've said anything spoilery yet. Yeah, literally what? I was in shock for about half an hour after I finished this. I was talking to Cleo and I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? And now I have to wait until November to read book 3. That's not fair. That's not fair. I want it now. Yeah, this is a 5-star. Easy peasy 5-star. As I've said before, I love the characters. The plot is incredible. The tension between Ransom and Sarah, it continues to be there. For me anyway. I read Cleo's review and she was like, the enemies to lovers should have lasted longer. I think it lasted long enough, but that's because I read it back to back. So like this was the slow burn for me. This was the reward. Yeah, I'm just in shock. I didn't expect to like these books as much as I have. Yeah, now I'm sad that I can't read them. So just to recap, I feel like I've said fuck all about The Rebel and the Rose, but it's a sequel, so I don't know what I can and can't say. The Dagger and the Flame, obviously I gave a 4.5. This was already incredible on its own. And then I gave The Rebel and the Rose 5 stars, and I am obsessed with this series. I do in fact need book 3 immediately. It's like the cover and the name of it haven't even been announced, and I'm like, no, I need it now. I need it. So you best believe come November I will be reading that. But yeah, I think that's it for this video. I think I've read the books, so that would indicate that that's all for this video. I haven't done like a just reading a specific series vlog in a while, so if this is something you want to see more of, do let me know what series you want to see me read. I will be tackling more series this month, but I think that's going to be a different kind of video. I'm not going to do like a specific reading vlog for all of these. This one was very much done just because I thought Cleo would enjoy to see me talk about it to a camera, but then obviously I've talked to her throughout my reading of it anyway, so yeah, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you next week with another video. Bye!